Hi everyone, Donnie with Big D's Bows. So I'm out here practicing, and I went back to doing something I used to do, practicing all the time, just to help me stay in that up and down line with the target. And it works on any distance. You got to work the up and down height wise, but side to side, it normally will take care of itself if I do this little tip. So, you know, in archery, some people use the actual tip of the arrow, or they sight down that whole arrow, they got it up high and they're using the arrow itself. I can't do that because I'm split finger and I anchor right here, so it's below. If I stick that tip of that arrow on that target at this distance and let it go, it's probably going to go in my shop. But I do find myself doing a little old trick, and anybody can do this. Can you point at me? I can. I can point at the car, I can point at the camera, but I'm not putting my actual, fingertip and sighting it to the camera. I'm just pointing at it. Your body, your mind already knows where it's going. Well, you can do that with a bow. When you come back to aim this, you can point your finger at the target. It helps you on your grip because you can't grab like this and point. It makes it hard. Just point. You don't even got to actually extend the finger. You can just, if you think you're pointing with your finger, your mind already knows where that finger is actually going. And you can actually do this with a target. It won't do the perfect up and down. You have to do that, but it will be almost straight in a line every time, or at least for me it will. And I'm hoping somebody's just having a day where they're shooting left, they're shooting right, but their arrow's spined to their bow's turned, and they're just having a little off. Just try to point your finger at it. See what happens. It works for me. Hopefully it would work for somebody else. So I'm anchored, my finger is pointing at the target, right in the center. And I don't actually know the yardage. I didn't think about the arrow because my mind already sees the arrow. It knows where the arrow is most of the time. But pointing that finger just gives me that little extra. I don't focus on that arrow. I'm focusing on where my finger's pointing, which I'm pointing at the target. It's normally going to hit the target because your muscle memory and mind's going to do the rest because you're pointing at it. Pointing at the target, right next to the other one. I mean, I can take the picture maybe or walk over there. And honestly, I'm in a different spot today. You can tell the camera's in a little different angle too. But I mean, these arrows for me, just glancing, pointing, and using my finger, they're right next to each other from that distance. So I mean, it's not too far, but it's a good distance. Just try that. If you're having an off day, or if you're just wanting to see if your line can go better, just point your finger at the target. Try it. Let me know if it helps.